So let's start with an invocation because clearly I need it. I should have started with an invocation and prayers before I did the technical stuff. So I call upon our higher selves to be present with us today and welcome our other guides to join us too and to support and elevate us. I ask my own healing guides to keep me centered and balanced in spite of my excitement. I am adding in that I will call on my technical guides to advise me and keep me doing the right things and making the right choices in technology so that in future I will be here with you on time and in the right meeting room and making all the right choices. So today I am open to the energy and guidance of the group, both the group that's here present and the group that will watch recordings in the future. And I will allow that to modify the direction of today's event. I intend to share with you information that will help you and that can change your life. I intend to share healing energy with you. Some of you will feel it. Most may not or may not recognize it. That doesn't matter. Your higher self and healing guides do know, and they will accept it on your behalf, with your permission, of course. So blessings upon us all, and so it is. So one thing I wanted to remind everybody is with these prayers, invocations, the energy in the live event is the same as the energy in the recordings. So if you're watching a recording, you're still included in that prayer and it will still benefit you. So do we have any people who are identifying themselves specifically as being present by name?
We haven't comment yet, so we have to wait.
We'll put in a little message in Facebook inviting some comments.
Yes.
Okay. So this is day 2 of our challenge. And let's get started with that. So I have many pieces of paper here and I will select the right ones. So on day 2, we're talking about the 2 minds. Our mental mind and our emotional mind. The mental mind does everything that's analytical and does language. And my throat is still a little sore from last week's bug. Anyway, I'm going to read this so I can say as few words as possible and still communicate with you. What is in our early childhood learning called and why do we need it? It's called conditioning. So everything from the time we're in the 3rd trimester until we're about 7 years old, we learn just automatically by being awake. We take in everything that's going on around us, everything our parents do, our family members do. And as we get a little older, everything that happens in school, we just soak it up like sponges. And the reason for that is that it's how we know how to become little humans that fit into their family, their tribe, their community, their school. And so we learn everything that's necessary to work as little kids. The wrinkle is that we learn all that stuff, but later on when we're adults, it's still there. All of the beliefs we form when we're little kids are still with us in adulthood. And we often find that some of those beliefs will come up to bite us later on. And the ones that don't work for us are called limiting beliefs. And that's one of the big challenges in the 2 minds is that we learn very easily as kids. We also learn very easily when we're in a very relaxed state and we're watching TV, watching movies, reading magazines, because in all of those cases, we're also being programmed. And that's why TV shows are called programs, because we are being programmed when it's happening. All of the ads are telling us that we're not good enough unless we buy their product, unless we have their phone and drive their car and wear their clothes. And so we're constantly being reinforced in this way. So that's an issue for us. And that's one of the things that we work on in the program. So I would like to start by getting into a video that I wanted to present today. And Leah, are you inside the Learning Center? Yeah.
Yes.
So what I wanted to do is play video 4.
Yes. Would you mind to give me a share?
Oh, that's a good idea. Give you a share.
Yes.
Yeah, not having a good technical day.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. You have. So folks, we're ready. So if you'd push that little arrow, we're going to get started on in the course description of the two minds. So this is the Human Users Manual course, and that is a segment from Fibro Freedom Formula, You Healing You. So we'll watch, it's only a couple minutes long, so we'll watch this now. I'm going to run and get some water, Leah.
Two minds. The two minds are the conscious mind or mental body and the subconscious mind or emotional body. They have different roles and they speak different languages. We're not always aware of the fact that they speak different languages. We forget this. The conscious mind or mental body is rational and logical. It has language, ideas, imagination, and concepts. Its roles are logic, foresight, control, perception, and differentiation of our thoughts and feelings, self-reflection, problem solving, and satisfying our goals. It thinks and it communicates in words and concepts, including math, music, and art. It learns, creates, and accumulates knowledge, and it teaches. The subconscious mind or emotional body has very different roles and language, which are below the level of consciousness, so we are far less aware of them. It contains emotions, memories, beliefs, habits, and attachments. Its roles are to keep us safe and to help us get what we want. It communicates with our senses, images, sights, sounds, scents, tastes, and tactile feelings, intuition, and with emotion.
Okay, so that's a bit about the differences between the two minds, the emotional and the mental mind. And next, I would like to go into a little bit about the brain. So Leah, if you would play video number 3, that is the brain.
Lesson 3, the brain. The triune brain evolved over millions of years. The oldest part of our brain is the reptilian brain, the brainstem, and it's all about survival. It's automatic and it regulates all of our basic bodily functions, including controlling hormones, temperature, respiration and heart rate, hunger, thirst, reproductive drive, reflexes, instinct, approach and avoidance, and the fight, flight, and freeze response. The next oldest is the limbic or mammalian midbrain. It contains emotions, memories, habits, and attachments. It seeks pleasure and it avoids pain. The neocortex or human brain is the newest higher level brain that is rational, has language, ideas, imagination, concepts, logic, foresight, control, perception, and differentiation of thoughts and feelings, self-reflection, problem solving, and satisfying goals. Humanity's automatic negativity bias comes from the ancient amygdala's survival instinct, which reacted to dangerous, life-threatening situations not by thinking about them, but by pure reflex with the fight, flight, or freeze response. Positive thoughts, on the contrary, must be created consciously in the neocortex. They are not automatic. They take effort.
Okay, so that's a little bit about the brain and how it works. And what's most important in that is about the human negativity bias. And perhaps you haven't heard of that before, but we always go towards the negative. And that's why the media uses the negative. They give us negative news because humans are more inclined to go and look at that than we are to go and look at good news. So that's what we get fed on a regular basis. And it comes from, and the other thing about the negativity is that a negative response is not a choice. It's an automatic reaction. If you want to have a positive choice, it needs to be deliberately made. So we think something is bad automatically, it's dangerous automatically until we perceive that it's not. Okay, so that's how that works. So humanity's automatic negativity bias is real, comes from the amygdala, and it's automatic survival instinct. And so once we recognize, and I mean, this all happens instantaneously, but once we recognize that we are in a safe place, we can, go back into social mode. But first, the very first reaction is always, is this safe? And if it's someone you see regularly, or if it's something that happens regularly, of course, after you've seen it, heard it, get used to it, then it becomes an instant reaction that that is a safe situation. It's important that we understand our natural negativity. And it's important that we think about what we do want rather than thinking about what we don't want. And the reason for that is that what we think about, what we give our attention to, what we focus on is what comes into our life. So if it's not a matter that if we focus on good things will come into our life. It's not only that. I mean, that is true. When we focus on what we want, we're actually starting to bring it into our life. But if we're focusing also on what we don't want, like our pain, like our fatigue, like our bills, like the fact that we don't make enough money, like the fight that we had with Joe, or any of the things that we our attention gets segmented to. So anytime we're doing any of that, we're telling our subconscious and our spirit, who is what controls what is going to happen with us, that we want this bad thing rather than that we want this good thing. And so we need to make a deliberate effort every day to focus on what we want. And that's why one of the very earliest things that we do in the large Fibro Freedom Formula program is to work on what our goals and work on a envisioning method so that every single day, a couple times a day, we focus on what we want. We focus on what we want. And it's a deliberate, repetitive thing that teaches our subconscious the same way that advertising teaches our subconscious. So it takes a lot of repetition before you actually know that you want something, and your spirit will start working towards bringing it towards you. And so that's why we do that in the program. So that's the two minds, because the next part of this, of the videos, goes into day 3 work. So we have presented what is necessary for us to present for today in order to to get through all of the material from the program in our 7 days. So do we have any questions or comments or anything from the group, Leah? I can't hear you.
We haven't have comments, but we have 2 viewers right now.
We have 2 viewers, and those 2 viewers, we still don't know who they are, right?
Yes, yes.
Well, it's hard to talk to you if we don't know who you are. And you're not talking to us.
But it's nice that
But
it's nice that you're watching us.
Yes, it's
live.
wonderful that you are here.
Yes. So I'm hoping that you have learned a lot for today. And yes, I definitely definitely confirm that if you have something to change, you have to do it, and you have to do it every day, each and every day, so that the transformation in the results will have to be a better person as you are. So we go for that. So that's
Thank
it.
you for that, Leah. Thank you for that. Yeah, Leah is learning the program, even though Leah doesn't have the problem that we are here to heal. Leah is transforming too, because she's learning this and can apply it to other parts of her life. So thank you for that, Leah. Okay, so I apologize for the late start, but it looks like we're finishing up quickly today.
Mm-hmm.
So
thank you for our viewers for tonight and for today, I should say, because it's night on my time. It's a good day to your time, ladies. So whoever you're watching right now, thank you for coming for today.
Whatever time it might be. We know that Leah's up late and it's midday for me. The reason we set this time is simply that it works for what I expect most of our interested people are, because the only place that we're advertising our existence is in North America, because it costs a lot of money to advertise to the world. So I'm only paying money to advertise in North America. So I expect that that's where most of our viewers will come. And therefore, it makes sense to make the time zones and the time of our events fit for both sides of North America. And so that's what I've done. By midday, it's a reasonable time in the morning for the West Coast, for all of North America and all of South America. So we've got, one slice of the planet that we've got covered at convenient times. And for others, the time is less convenient. But the replays are available. And I believe that we're getting more replay watches than we are live. I do invite you, when you're watching the replays, if you would just in the comments, type in the word replay, because then we can go through and we can try to calculate how many people are watching, or who are at least communicating while they are watching inside the replays. And I realize that a lot of people, just watch and that's it. And that's fine. That's fine. Whatever works for you. So anyway, I think we are done for the day. I thank you ever so much for this.